Hi everyone, Shelly Rael, registered dietitian, and I want to talk about how losing weight is easy, keeping it off is hard. Now, I know what some of you are saying after you saw the headline or just heard me say that. Losing weight isn't easy, it's really hard. I'm having trouble losing that last 5, 10 pounds, whatever it is. Now, yes, once we get to that point, it does become a little bit tougher, but hear me out here. Losing weight, a lot of people can get there, right? Do any kind of crash diet or whatever the case may be, keeping it off is hard. Gaining weight is really easy too. We have one major weekend or vacation or holiday or birthday celebration, and weight can come on pretty easily. And we can't stop eating because that's like sleeping and breathing. We have to do it to survive. If we don't do it regularly, things aren't going to go well. So let me give an example here. If you play golf or something along that line, at least if you know golf, if you go one over on a hole or a couple over on a hole, it's so hard to get the overall score back to par. Once you go over one or two holes, and if I was so lucky, getting back to par is just really challenging. You have to go under a couple times. And this is the same when it comes to our calorie consumption. So describing it in more terms that people would understand. Hypothetically, let's say a person needs 2,000 calories. Keep in mind, this is not what I recommend for individuals because there's an individual recommendation based on factors that I addressed in a different video. But the hypothetical 2,000 calorie person, they can have 1,900 calories one day, 2,100 calories another day. It all averages out to 2,000. But let's say they have a big birthday weekend or a holiday weekend, or they're doing some special occasion. And on Friday, they have 3,000 calories. On Saturday, they have 3,000 calories. On Sunday, they have 3,000 calories. And I'm using these numbers just because it's easy to visualize. Over that 3 days, they went over their calorie needs by 3,000 calories. If their calorie needs to survive, to sustain themselves, is 2,000 calories, they now have to cut back on 3,000 calories to get back to even. So what do? Do they not eat anything for a day and a half? Well, some people do, but I don't recommend that. That's not a good thing to do. Do they cut their calories to have 3,000 calories fewer over the course of 3 days? Well, they would still only be having 1,000 calories a day. The math works out. So what I recommend is that they gradually cut back over the course of the week or so. And I have to emphasize this, cut back and do some exercise, create a deficit. So there's that deficit to get them back to even. But then if the next weekend rolls around and they do this every weekend, what's going on? The weight will continue to add up. So weight gain is easy. If they decide to reframe it and for a couple weeks go all out and do some kind of diet where they cut back significantly on major food groups, cutting out food groups, cutting out all kinds of things, doing whatever crash diet or fad diet or whatever diet has worked for them in the past or whatever is the latest and greatest, they can get back down. But if they haven't changed their behavior, it'll come back up again because crash dieting works. The keeping it off is the issue. So here's what I tell people and the approach that I've used for individuals for over 20 years of my career. Why don't we make sure that those binges or those heavy celebration or cheat days don't happen all the time, but you can eat the foods you like, the foods you want on a day-to-day basis, as long as it falls into that person's individual needs. Now, this isn't to say that I recommend that people have to track their calories on a day-to-day basis or they have to become overly focused on it. But when we switch gears to the approaches that I can have that scone, I can have that beer, I can have that ice cream any day of the week because I don't have to restrict myself to a certain day of the week, it becomes more of the lifestyle, and you can have healthy habits 7 days of the week, not having to focus obsessively about where the weight goes and what you can and can't have, but adopting a way of eating so that way it's not a binge, it's not a celebration, there's not this feeling of overeating. And I can work with people more on this. Actually, this is what I do to help people develop a habit to where they can eat what they want most days of the week. Calories do count. The quantity of the calories a person has does count towards overall weight management. The quality of the calories, what kinds of foods they're eating, will help with overall health, whether it's sustainable energy, whether they feel good or feel tired. And so the quality is really that quality food I ate. Will it last me 4 more hours or longer until the next meal? Or will I be hungry in an hour? That's where the quality comes in. If you want to learn more, I'm providing a link to the blog post I did with the same concepts here and links to how you can reach me if you'd like to have a discovery call with me or learn more about how we can work together where I can help you so you're not having an up and down roller coaster experience, but have sustainable weight at a weight that's appropriate for you and your comfort and your health without having a need to count calories all the time. I would love to hear from you. Comment or reach out to me and let me know if there's anything that you'd have a question about, and we can set up a time to chat. Take care. Bye.